Hi Libras, it's Nick. I hope you guys are doing good. So for all my Libras, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, men and women, we're now covering January 24th till 30th, as you can see below. And this week, guys, on the 24th, we have Mars entering Capricorn. So we're going through our passions, motivations, desires in a more practical, logical way. And this is actually an alignment that's going to really help us to go through stuff that's maybe tedious work or things that we needed to get started on, but we put maybe on pause. Sorry, excuse me, or need to get things, kind of hard work done. This is going to be a time where we actually have the energy to do so and the willpower and endurance. But Mars is exalted in Capricorn, meaning that we can overexhaust ourselves or we can go too far. So you just want to make sure you have a balance so you don't burn yourself out. But this is very favorable energy to get a lot of work done and, just get the hard stuff done first, pretty much. Okay, and then on the 26th, Mercury, that's still in retrograde, is going to be shifting temporarily from Aquarius to Capricorn and then going back to Aquarius in February. But it in Capricorn is us thinking and communicating in a more rational, logical manner, very matter of fact, no feelings, no emotions, direct, straightforward. It is what it is, no ifs or buts, no excuses. So you want to make sure that you're expressing yourself in more direct manner, more rational, logical. That's what people are going to hear and receive a little bit better. Okay. And then on the 29th, Venus in Capricorn is going direct. So us seeing the reality and the truth between the people, places, things we love and desire. What's a want, what's a need, what's a necessity, what was, not really necessary, I just wanted. And seeing, the reality. Okay, I understand why this connection, this relationship didn't work out, or I understand why I couldn't get this thing or buy this thing, and what can I do to fix it? Or, I know that's what steps I need to take now to make this work or to get this thing. But being realistic about everything and probably being more drawn towards people, places, things that just fit our lifestyle and make sense. I feel like we can build, we can grow together, and being very, very logical. Okay. But this can also be a very superficial alignment. So you just want to make sure, again, balance. Okay. All right. So we're going to be covering a little bit of health, work, and love, and I'll have a link to the extended reading below in the description box if you're interested afterwards. So when it comes to your health, by the way, I'm feeling a little bit under the weather if you couldn't tell, so be nice to me. Give me a little bit of a break today in case I slack off or, start to not make sense. So feeling a little under the weather, but didn't want to let you guys down. All right, so Libras, when it comes to your health, I feel that you are really gathering all your necessities, or you have all your essentials. You have everything that you need, the most important things, and you're realizing, or at least this week, you're not really valuing too much of the extra stuff, I want this, or I think this would be cute. You're like, yeah, you know what? I don't really need that. It's okay. Let me just focus and work on the most important things. And when it comes to your health, buying the actual foods that you're gonna eat, not the ones that you think you're gonna eat and then it gets expired or you forget about it. Sorry, neighbor across the street's gardeners here. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. So I feel like you're not getting extra stuff. You're only getting what's necessary and sticking to that. Maybe you in the past I feel like we've all been guilty of this, maybe not everybody, of buying foods and things that we never eat and we forget about because it's stored in the back and we're like, oh my God, dang, that was a waste of money. And I think now you could be actually only buying and getting things that you're gonna eat, you're gonna use, and not all the extra stuff that you're like, I saw it on TikTok or Instagram and then I never used it. So I feel like you're taking care of the necessities, and that is simplifying your life. You could be simplifying your life a little bit more, and that's getting kind of de-stressing and making your life a little bit easier, okay, and helping you probably save money as well. Okay, all right, so when it comes to your work, school, career, and finances, wow, this is an area of life where you're booming, you're thriving, your career could be taking off, your product, your services could be getting a lot of attention, or you could be getting recognized for your work or your schooling, your grades, whatever it is that you do, you're working on. Some of you, a lot of your dreams are coming to life, or your dreams are going to be coming true. Maybe you're going to be or maybe you are, or you're going to become a celebrity, a famous singer, a famous dancer, chef, social media person. But I feel like a lot of you are going to be receiving a lot of attention in the next little while. Maybe you get a lot of recognition worldwide or in your community, your school, your town, your city, your work or what you do is gonna have a bigger audience, or is going to be getting viewed by more people. And a lot of you, it's what you use, how you use your mind, you know, your mentality. Sometimes people think that maybe it's because of your looks or that you have access to relationships and certain networking abilities, but really it's your own mind and how you express yourself, how you communicate yourself that gets you really far. A lot of people don't see that, don't realize that. You could be working on something that's very out there, very, you know, innovative, new with technology, you know, crypto, stocks, anything on the internet, social media, marketing, whatever it is that you're doing it in your own way, and you're standing out because you're being an individual, you're being unique. And you're gonna get a lot of recognition, or your dream is coming to life. So something that you've been wanting or something you've been hoping for, you may be getting closer there, or it could be happening for you. So I see your career, your work, your schooling going really well. Maybe you get accepted, or you get the course, that job that you wanted, or that project, you get assigned to it, or you're able to smoothly change majors or minors, or you change jobs, or you got that gig. Whatever the case is, something good is happening with your career, your work, and finances, okay? And you could be working well with an Aquarius person, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, or you're being asked to really embody that Aquarius energy. Like, don't be afraid to express yourself and be you, okay? Be unique. Don't try to blend in with anyone else. Just be your own unique self. And that is when you're gonna shine the brightest, promise you, okay? All right. When it comes to your love, relationships, and dating, on your side, we have the 10 of Pentacles in reverse, Judgment, and the 5 of Swords in reverse. And then on this other side, for this other person, this can be the past, present, or future situation, or all three, all the above. And yes, it applies whether you're single, in a relationship, married, divorced, situationship, friends with benefits, you don't know what's going on. It's okay. It's just the energies. Just take what fits, leave the rest out, okay? So we have 5 of Cups, the Sun, and the Hermit. All right, so who could you be dealing with? Well, you could be dealing with a Leo. A lot of Leos and Libras are very compatible. I've seen a lot of great couples that are Leo, Libra. Could also be a Virgo or water sign, Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So it doesn't have to be any of these signs, but it could be a mix of match of those, or it could be the energy this person is embodying at this time, okay? So I feel here someone who is a little bit shy or introverted, like maybe they love to get your attention, or they love, you know, talking to you. They love when you acknowledge them or you give them a compliment, but they're kind of shy. Maybe they're, timid, or they kind of keep to themselves. They're not really talkative with a lot of people. But when it comes to you, like, they love interacting with you. Like, you're the only person that makes them really happy, or like cheers them up when they're feeling sad. But they can struggle with like communicating or expressing their needs and their wants because they don't like to come off like needy. They're probably that type of person that doesn't like to bother people, you know? They're like, I don't want to bother her, I don't want to bother him. And so they try to deal with things like internally. I feel here someone who could have kids, or maybe they want to have children, or they work with children, or they have a great connection with children, or they have like this inner childlikeness about them. So they could be like, you know, timid and shy, but once you get to know them, you're like, oh my gosh, this person has such a great personality. Like, they're so full of life. Like, why do you hide that from the world? So once you get to know them, you see that they're so cool and like just fun to be around, okay? They can have really nice hair, whether it's big, black, brown, blonde, short, curly, doesn't matter, but maybe they have really nice hair, or how they dress, their style, they know how to look the part, they seem to know how to get attention, but they don't like attention. They don't like getting attention, but they receive attention, but they only want attention from a certain person, aka you. They don't like really getting a lot of attention from other people and strangers, but they like the attention from the person that they love, if that makes sense, okay? And I also feel like maybe this is someone who could work in the medical field or studying, you know, and doctor, nurse, EMT, chiropractic, herbalist, even Reiki, shaman. They could work in the healthcare field or something with health, therapy, counseling, of that sort. And I feel like this is someone who's very analytical. They're probably really smart, or they're really good with like sorting through the little details, maybe very organized, like color coordinates their clothing or something possibly. But I feel like something that you expressed, or something you may have accidentally said to them, kind of made them really sad. And either I'm seeing a few scenarios, sorry, excuse me, like you could have gotten out of a relationship or out of a divorce or something, some kind of like serious relationship. Maybe you just broke up, or it's been kind of recent in the last 10 months or something, you got out of a relationship. And so that kind of, maybe you're not fully ready, or you could have accidentally told them like, oh, I don't want a relationship right now, or like, I don't want commitment. But you didn't mean to say it in that way, that like kind of throwing it at them, but you probably meant to say, I don't want commitment in a relationship right now, but in the future, possibly. Or they feel like maybe they feel like you're not over your ex, or you're not over the past. And so that makes them really sad because they don't know whether they're like impeding, or they don't want to come on too strong. Again, I feel like they're very timid and they're shy. And so like, oh, like I don't want to bother Libra. Like, I don't know. I think they're not over their past or their ex, or I heard something, they said it, or I kind of felt like they are kind of throwing it at me that maybe they don't want something serious. So I don't want to pressure them. And the other scenario just kind of flew out, so I was probably not meant to say it. Or you could have not meant to say it, but it could have just accidentally came across that way. And this made them kind of really, really sad because they do want something with you and they like spending time with you, or maybe you're not on talking terms, or for whatever reason, maybe you haven't seen each other, you haven't spoken to each other, but you realize, oh wait, no, like maybe I was being kind of moody, or I was being grumpy with them, or I accidentally like made them feel a certain way and I didn't mean to come across that way. So when they do hear from you, or you get back to them, it's going to cheer them up, make them really, really happy, because maybe because they haven't heard from you, or you guys haven't talked, they thought, oh, Libra doesn't like me anymore, maybe they're kind of over it or whatever. But when they do hear from you, it's going to like wake them up and cheer them up again. And I think you realize you don't want to have misunderstandings like you did in the past. And maybe you're realizing, I don't want to make the same mistakes that I made or that happened in my last relationships or in the past and take it out on this person, right? Because your last relationship, or maybe the last serious relationship you had, could have kind of jaded you a little bit, not because you want to be like that, but it maybe just left a bad taste in your mouth. And so now you're like almost super cautious, and you could be like almost super defensive when you get into new romantic flings or connections, that you don't realize maybe you come across a little bit too aggressive, or like you're pushing them away. But you're realizing, you know what, no, like let me be open, like this person has nothing to do with my past, let me give it a chance. Like I don't want to take it out on them, it's not their fault, they haven't done anything to me, and I don't want to let my past and bring my past into the future and sabotage something potentially good, right? Because if you let your past determine your future, or it's like you're letting your ex and all those people who hurt you win, you're letting them win by them coming in between your future relationships, like you don't want that. So I feel like you're gonna talk to them, or you guys gonna have a conversation and resolve it, and they're gonna realize, oh, okay, they weren't mad at me, or like it was just misunderstanding. You're like, no, I'm sorry, like I was just kind of like upset, or I didn't mean to come across that way, it was not personal, or sorry if I said this, or it came off this way, and you guys are gonna resolve through it because you want peace and you want to have that clear communication. And maybe you just knowing this, that they are a little bit more introverted, a little more timid, so for them it's not as easy to express, but they love when they get attention from you, when they talk to you. And you may think that maybe this person is a big shot, or like, oh, they have all these options and they can get anyone, because maybe they are really desirable, but in their mind they only want what they want, and they only see what they want, and they want you. So any other people, girls or guys, who give them attentions, like they don't really care about that. It doesn't really faze them. What they want is you. But you may be thinking like, they don't care, they have all these options, but no, it's not like that. Okay? All right, so we're gonna continue on in extended. Link will be below. We'll see where this person's overall energy is at. What are they thinking? What are they feeling when it comes to you? What they don't want you to know, and maybe you should know, and what their next action move will be towards you, and then also your advice. Sorry guys, I'm struggling, but push it through. All right, so we'll continue on in extended. Link will be below. I'll see you guys there. If not, I'll see you for our next reading. Take care. Bye.